Perhaps you've had your parents scold you about go to school. This will ensure you having a very successful life. And perhaps you'll hear other young people, or rather older people, tell you you have to escape the matrix, and education is not the way to escape the matrix. So at the heart of this debate today is a very interesting motion, and I will read the motion. Academic performance is the best indicator of potential for a successful life. I will read the motion again. Academic performance is the best indicator of potential for a successful life. And debating this junior teams are Apostolic, Carmel, and Mount Laverna. Team proposition, first speaker, you have 3 minutes. All the best to both teams.
Funny enough, we have just been given this motion right now, and we had 30 minutes or less to prepare for it. But I believe in God. And I believe that God is the reason why we are here, and I believe that God has everything in control, and God is everything, and everything is God. I would like to begin now. Thank you. What is academic performance? Academic performance, well, according to the Oxford Dictionary, it means academic achievement. Okay, it is the extent to which a student has attained their short or long-term educational goals. It may also be regarded as a measure of students' achievements across various academic subjects. Now, when I say subjects, I do not only mean what you commonly do. You do math, you do physics, you do English, but that is not the only thing you go to school to do. You also participate in co-curricular activities, I'm very sure, right? You participate in football, you participate in some participate in Korean, Chinese, Japanese, martial arts. It is not just what you do in class. It is beyond that. We need to see it that way. Okay, let me define the word potential. Potential is showing the capacity or ability to do something excellent. Yes. Now, with that, I would like to begin with my first point. Trust in leadership positions. As you all know, for one to be certified to be anyone can be a politician as long as unajua kugombana. Anyone can be a politician. As long as you can speak and speak anything, and anything is what you speak, you can be a politician. That is what we know. True or false? True. But for you to be able to have trust in leadership positions, one must be academically qualified. Why? You cannot have, no offense to anyone, but you cannot have a person who is a conductor as your president. Would you allow that? Surely. No, and that is why your excellent president has a PhD, and that is very true. Because obviously we can't have students in schools as we are, and have our president as an illiterate man. That is simply impossible and outrageous, and to some extent maddening. Okay. Improved communication and social skills, e.g. public speaking, debating, as we are right now. I believe you had to go to school to become a debater. Obviously, you had to read through the guidelines, you had to understand them, you had to have your teachers, because you can't just do it on your own. You need to have academic backup. True or false? You cannot just sit and say, you know what, I am going to start public speaking. You have not studied verbal and nonverbal cues. That makes zero sense, to be honest. People who have shown a wonderful illustration of this are politicians and public addressers. Again, that's what I've said. Yeah. People who have exemplary social skills are very good in speaking in large crowds, obviously. You know how to use your gestures well because you have been in an English class, I'm very sure, because all of us have studied 1 or 2 points in the KLBs, I'm very sure of that. And you have seen how to express yourself using verbal and nonverbal cues, how to stand upright, as you can see I'm doing right now, properly use your gestures. And other than that, I'd like to say you have better coping skills with technological experience. In the world we are right now, we are discovering thing after thing. A couple of years ago, you were using earphones, and now we can see people walking around and flexing with their AirPods. People who have better ground with academics know exactly how these things work. A person who studied physics, of course, knows how radiation works, how the waves go through each other, and how you can People actually fix these things for themselves. A person who's an engineer does not need to call another person, an electrician, to tell them, please fix my light for me. No, because why? Because he's academically equipped. And that is why I propose this motion. Thank you.
My name is Sherry Gitiri from the Great Apostolic Carmel Girls Secondary School, ready to oppose the motion that says academic performance is the best indicator for potential for a successful life. So I will start with definition of terms. What is academic performance? Academic performance is the measurement of student achievement across various academic subjects. What is an indicator? An indicator is a sign that shows how something is like or how a situation is changing. What is potential? Potential is something that can be developed or develop in the future. So I'd like to first go to my first point. Academic performance is not the only factor that determines success in life. Success in life depends on a variety of factors. For example, we could talk about communication skills, emotional intelligence, and creativity. Even we could also talk about personality traits. I am very assertive that there are no classes that are going to take me to a class or a book that teaches me how to have the skills on how to communicate. There is no book that will teach me on how to have emotional intelligence. Moreover, success differs from one individual to another. What I define as success is not what you define as success. Success to me could be having financial stability. Success to you could be having a Mercedes-Benz. Success to other people would be providing basic wants. Therefore, we could not say that academic performance is the best indicator for potential for successful life because, again, there are no syllabus for such skills. Moreover, what you know about rolling down in the deep and your brain goes numb and you feel like metal freezing and I feel like an ocean in the ocean, yeah. That is how PhD and people who have masters feel when they are jobless. I will go to school for 14 years, but I've acquired all the higher education that I could provide for. But how am I ending up? I am ending up like an astronaut in the ocean, feeling displaced. I should be in space, not in the ocean. Correct that. And also, yes, I rest my case. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Team opposition, you have 3 minutes.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, to hit a nail on the head will be determined by the size of the nail's head. She has told us, and I quote, there is no lesson that will teach me how to communicate. I believe you all have life skills, don't you? What do we talk about in life skills? Do we talk about how to communicate? How to have personal and emotional and confidence? I mean, it's a fact. Now, when we are talking about educational, academic performance, I want you to look at the bigger picture. It cuts across not only education, but co-curricular activities. I am a martial arts student, an orange belt for that matter. Now, I call this an academic performance. Why? Because to perform a technique, you have to be taught. I am a football player, a striker for that matter. Now, to get a penalty, trust you me, you have to be taught how to do that. And when we are saying that it is the best indicator to a potential to a successful life, we are not guaranteeing that 100% you will be successful, but we are giving you a chance out there. We are telling you that we are giving you skills that will help you survive out there. According to the National Labour Policy 2021, the Daily Nation, for anyone in the country to be employed, you have to at least have the following skills: communication, critical thinking, self-motivation, and team spirit. Now let me just talk a little bit on the team spirit. What do teachers expect to come from you the moment they give you group discussions? Team spirit. I mean, you don't sit and do the work yourself. That's why it's called group discussion. Also, finally, I want to talk about the fact that when we have this education and we have these skills, for example, I, as a martial arts student, we call the best of these teachers professors. Now, if I become a professor in this field, I can start my own club. I can pass the skills on to someone else. Isn't that success? Well, to me, that is success. And ladies and gentlemen, they say empathy is the thief of time. This is Kakoi from Mount Laverna Girls, signing off.
Team proposition, second speaker, you have 3 minutes.
Knock, knock. Who's there? A waiter. A waiter who comes with a silver platter. On it, the truth. Allow me, Shalin Kendra, from the Apostolic Carmel Girls Secondary School, to serve you the truth on a silver platter. I come here to oppose the motion that states academic performance is the best potential for a successful life. You know, I would love to rebut what my fellow opponent has said. You have said, who said that non-educated people cannot speak in public forums? Who said so? This drives me to my first point. Talent. Talent is a God-given gift. Everybody is blessed by God with a talent. An example is singing, dancing, art selling. About art selling, Leonardo da Vinci painted the Mona Lisa, and the Mona Lisa is priceless. And it is guarded day and night. It's in tight security. It means that Leonardo da Vinci really earned a lot through that painting. And, you know, I don't think that Lionel Messi sat in a class and was taught to kick a ball. I don't think that Aziad Nasenya sat in a class and was taught how to dance. Now look at them. Look at them. They are one of the people who are very successful in life. When you look at Aziad Nasenya, he is the most famous people and also the brand ambassadors of companies. An example being Big Kenya. And Lionel Messi, he's now a well-known player for Barcelona. Do you still agree that academic performance is the best potential for a successful life? No, I don't. On to my second point. Academic performance. Many people are going for academics. Here, you will find stiff competition. People are going for education, medicine, marine biology. Can you imagine how many people are going for these courses? Can you imagine? And do you think that everybody is capable of acquiring these jobs? No, they are not. So they are forced. They are forced to go for other job opportunities. My name is Kendra Mihaki from the Apostolic Carmel Girls High School, and I rest my case. Thank you.
Team proposition have been asked the question to justify leadership from certain generals, for example, General Said Barre, the former president of Somalia, who wasn't academically educated but was able to rule the country for 21 years. How do we justify academic performance in such forms of leadership? Team opposition have been tasked to validate their claims that if the likes of Lionel Messi were not taught in a formal classroom, are they limiting academic education to a formal classroom? Team proposition, you have 3 minutes to answer the question.
First of all,
I would like for you to first understand academic performance is not necessarily classwork. You don't have to go to a class to acquire certain skills. You don't have to sit and learn a certain subject. For example, you don't have to learn history to know a certain way of leading people. You see, academic performance involves our skills. You see, you've said, General Saiban, he didn't go to a classroom, but you see, he was in the military, right? In the military, you're trained. You are taught, not necessarily having to be graded and stuff like that, you see? But this person has to be trained, this person has to be guided. Academically, we are guided, we are taught. We get skills from all this. She talked about life skills. In life skills, we get these ways of controlling our emotions, whereby you don't just snap at anyone just because you feel like snapping, you see? You know what is wrong and what is right. You didn't have to sit in a biology classroom or a certain classroom to know I shouldn't snap at any time whenever I feel like, you see? So again, let's go back to what she said. She talked about Lionel Messi not having gone to class. Again, it relates to what I've just said. He went for training. The Barcelona train. They are taught. You are taught how to strike. He didn't go there perfect. He didn't go, damn, he's born, he knows how to do this. He knows how to strike, he knows how to evade this. You see? He had to go ask his coach, how do I do this? He is taught, he's told, do this and do that. And that's how we have Lionel Messi being one of our super strikers there, you see? Again, we have someone has also said about that we don't need leaders who are smart. But again, I thought that in social studies, we were told that for you to be a leader, you have to be of sane mind, you have to be literate, you should have nice communication skills, which come from the illiteracy. You have to know, you have to be taught, you have to know how to communicate with your people. Again, so I go with my first point. It talks about leading to job opportunities. I personally believe that academic performance is a catalyst to getting a job opportunity. You see, you acquired a degree, you acquired a certificate. You see, there's a difference between someone who has no certificate, not even a Form 4 certificate, just a maybe primary level certificate, and this person who got a degree in medicine. You see the difference? We measure them. One is heavier than the other. This person who will be given the job opportunities is a person who has that degree, you see? Again, it brings about creativity and innovation. We need to think outside the box. Skills give us that. We have to have these skills. How do I come up with this and that? How do I come up with those AirPods that someone talked about? This person had to be creative. They didn't have to make it having a wire. It had to be a wireless one. He thought, how do I have an earphone without wires, an AirPod? You see, this person had creativity and innovation, which came from academic performance, skills acquired from that. And I was Charity Modoni from the Mount Laverna Girls proposing the motion.
Team opposition, you have 3 minutes.
We have lost the way, and I will teach you today. Watch me as I prove that academic performance holds no domain. I would like to answer your question. What my friend was saying was hypothetically. What we are implying is that Lionel Messi's success was based on his abilities and not solely on academic performance. Are you getting my point of view? Yes, it was hypothetical. It was a hypothetical question. I hope I have answered your question. I'm also going to rebut my friend who also said that, you are a bit contradicting there. You're supposed to prove to me why academic performance is the best indicator for a potential successful life. Instead, what are you explaining? Respectively. You are telling me how skills, you're talking about skills. What I needed to hear was something to do with academics, something to do with academic performance. Let me go to my first point. Let me start with statistics so I can further elaborate on my point. According to a survey conducted by Cross River Therapists, 45% of high schoolers admit to being stressed. Further, 61% are stressed about producing satisfactory grades. I'm sure you understand what I mean. We're all students. I'm sure you understand what I mean. Yes. So, according to a research done in the University of Michigan, it reported that 44% of high schoolers reported symptoms of depression. 37% reported symptoms of anxiety disorder. You know what the 15% reported? Suicide attempts. What is the use of having an academically successful life when you're 6 feet under the grave? What is the point of having this successful life when you're locked in an asylum because of the depression that was instilled by this motion? Because people have fallen prey to this motion's mystique. When I'm up here, I'm making way for innovative thinkers. Not just sophisticated readers who think that doing a course in marine biology can make them a potential swimmers, yet they haven't even touched the water. Actually, does anyone have a torch? No, I need to shed some light as a future in academic performance is not as bright. I hope you're getting my point of view. I'm talking about something that I know we can all relate. The academic pressure that parents are putting on us, the academic pressure that the society is putting on us. Rebecca Zawadi from the Apostolic Carmel Girls Secondary School. And I hope I've made a mark. Thank you.
Team Proposition, you have 1 minute to make your closing remark.
Now, before I start off, I want you to understand what I mean when I talk about academic performance. They are concentrating solely on classwork. I'm taking you outside class. Now, they said our point was hypothetical, so let me give you a hyper point. When we are talking about, we have things that happened outside class. We have clubs. We are looking at academic in different fields. When we talk about sports, when we talk about agriculture, academic is involved. Yes, Messi depended on his skills. I support that. But he also needed guidance. You cannot be born perfect. From the day we were born, we were taught. That is academic performance in life. Let us not dwell solely on classwork. Let us think brighter. Let us think beyond. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Kakue signing out. I hope you understood me. Thank you.
Team Opposition, you have 1 minute to make your closing remark.
Did you miss me? Yeah. Yes. Okay, I'm just here to summarize everything. Basically, because I'm talking about real life situations. Aren't I talking about real life situation? I'm sure there's one student in this hall, this room, that has fallen victim because of the pressure, examination pressure. Examination pressure. Pressure to get an A. Have you ever had that face where your parent tells you, you will only get into a good university if you get an A? A, B. What happened to talent and skill? What happened to innovative thinking? Come on, guys. What happened to innovative thinking? I'm actually telling you, what happened to skill? What happened to skill? What happened? Do we just throw it out and pretend that, okay, let me just put it in a different way so you can get me. I'm basically saying skill can get you far. Be innovative thinkers. Don't just be basic by just achieving high academic performance. Don't be basic. Innovative thinking. Apostolic Girls Secondary School signing out.
From Mount Laverna, we, as the judges, expected you to bring on board statistics on the literacy levels from various countries and the success rates in these countries. Realistic examples of people who have done very well in the education sphere, and they are equally very successful in life. So those were very strong takers you could have brought on board to make your argument strong. Then Apostolic, we are talking about academic performance not being the big thing. So you try to bring on board cases of people who have succeeded and they were not probably razor sharp in the class, but we expected more. We expected more. Examples of people who have succeeded in life without necessarily chewing books. And again, the issue of academic performance, it's about grades, but education is about skills. So that was some difference you could have brought on board in order to construct strong arguments. May the outstanding team take it home. Thank you.
We only had less than 30 minutes to research on it, and we lost by only 1 point.
The debate was just perfect. Our opponents, they gave us everything we were looking for, and we're really grateful for them. And this was a learning experience because for some of us it has been the first time actually debating in front of a large audience. So actually the debate was really interesting, yeah, and I'm happy with the results for both of the teams.
Well, it was exhilarating, honestly. And I'm actually proud of ourselves. I mean, in the long run, yes, we did lose, yes, I accept that fact. But the fact that my team and I were able to go in there and research for points and actually only got beaten by only 1 mark. I am so proud of ourselves. And actually, thank you, Debate Circle. This was an amazing experience, and may you guys be blessed.
It was amazing, actually. I'm not gonna lie, although I wouldn't say I've done what I thought I would do. It was amazing. From the points that our opponents gave and how you could rebut them, it was just amazing. I'm grateful to be here. It's God's glory.
We have come to the end of this debate, but before we finish, allow me to grace us with the points that each team have been awarded. Mount Laverna, the judges have awarded you with 63%. A round of applause, please, for Mount Laverna. Apostolic Carmel, the judges have awarded you with 64%. A round of applause for Apostolic Carmel. And the winners of this debate are Apostolic Carmel. A round of applause for both teams. And we have come to the end of this debate, and we thank you very much for your audience. And until next time, it is goodbye from us. Make sure to check our social media platforms for more of this at The Debate Circle on Twitter, on YouTube, and on Instagram. And until next time, it is goodbye from us.